Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and we made it to round four of the Die Hard League tournament that took place on July 6th, 2023. For those of you that don't know, Die Hard League takes place every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games. More info in the description. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, put your thoughts in the comments, and all that other good stuff. But anyways, let's get into the game. We've got United Wings versus Gardevoir. Go ahead and bench the Gardevoir and then play a Battle VIP pass. So nice. Battle VIP pass, search your deck for two Pokemon. Only if it's the first turn can you play Battle VIP pass. So we're good to go here. We're going to find that Radiant Greninja and most likely another Ralts. Oh, actually the Mew. Okay, so we got two Ralts down. We could retreat the active Ralts, put the Mew active, and a Mysterious Tail for items that could find more Ralts. So very good. Attach an energy to Ralts, discard it to retreat, and we got Psychic in a discard. That's the whole point of this Gardevoir deck, and bring that Mew active. Mew, Mysterious Tail. Look at the top six cards of your deck, but before that, we're going to play Radiant Greninja's ability to discard an energy card. Draw two cards. Now it's time for Mysterious Tail. Look at the top six and keep any items you find there. Shuffle in the rest and beautiful. Battle VIP pass. Gonna find two more Pokemon with that VIP pass. The third Ralts is found and maybe another Ralts if the fourth one is in there. We'll have to see. Oh, the Drifloon. Drifloon. Let's go ahead and look that one up in the professor's lab here. Drifloon. All right, and then I imagine a couple things were inventoried from the deck, and we'll go ahead and shuffle up for the turn. The Drifloon with its Balloon Blast, we'll talk about that if it becomes relevant. It's going to get put on the bench immediately. So now we have the full setup here and a pass. Over to the United Hot Wings side. Flamigo put on the bench. Its ability Insta-Flock, I think, lets you look for up to three amigos, the Flamigos, the homies, getting together out here and going into the hand. And then pairs perfectly with Ultra Ball. Let's see, Level Ball. Okay, those two Flamigos, I imagine, go to hand. Level Ball finds the Wattrel. Ultra Ball is played, discarding a Wattrel and a Flamigo. I think it looks like maybe there might have been uh, three cards discarded there, but we're going to get rid of them anyways with the um, what's its name? Oh, I cannot think of that Pokemon's name right now. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I just recorded so many audios, but the Squawkabilly. We're going to put that Squawkabilly down and use its ability. You can only use it on your first turn, but if you do, you can discard your hand and draw up to six cards. So a good way to get those United Wingers in the discard. We're going to play another Level Ball and find another Wattrel. Let's see if this one goes into the bench or into the hand. Goes to the hand. United Wingers, the three of them sitting there are actually in the discard pile. So we got count of three so far. Serena is going to be played discarding up to three cards and then drawing up to five. Discard some cards and draw up to five. Looks like a Level Ball is played here. Another one. Very good, efficient turn one for the United Hot Wings. We're going to find a Murkrow with that Level Ball. It looks like that one's going to get benched. That's a very efficient attacker using its United Wings for one Dark Energy and pass. So it looks like we have five United Wings in the discard. Yes. Oh, and then we didn't pass. We actually attacked with the active Flamigo on the Mew, taking the KO on the Mew. Now the Gardevoir players choosing who to promote, promoting maybe that Drifloon drifting back and forth there. But Play resuming on the Gardevoir side. Looks like double level ball will be played. Most likely to find double Curlia. One Curlia. And if I was a betting man, which I am, we're going to see that other Curlia come down. And that's good. We can evolve two of the Ralts on the bench into Curlia, and then hopefully find the combo Rare Candy Gardevoir for the turn 2 Rare Candy Gardevoir. That's what we want to see here. Let's see, United Wings is doing 5, 10, 100 damage minus 20 thanks to the double turbo energy. So swinging for 80 right now, but that was more than enough to KO that Mew. Double Curlia added to the hand. The two Psychic Energy are in the discard pile there too, just keeping them separate for ease. Though at the higher level events, you do want to keep your discard pile in one stack for sure. But that's okay. We're all just chilling here on a Thursday. Not a big deal. We know what's going on. Nothing crazy going on here. We are going to refinement number 1, getting rid of a Super Rod. Refinement is discard a card and draw 2 cards on that Curlia. Looking for Rare Candy Gardevoir here. Or way to find Gardevoir, Ultra Ball, something along those lines. Looks like the second refinement is used, discarding that Zacian V. Interesting. Drawing 2 cards. And I'm guessing there's no Rare Candy Gardevoir yet, because if you see it, you slam it. That's your whole deck. Gardevoir EX, accelerating those Psychic Energy from the discard pile with its ability at the cost of 2 damage counters per Psychic Energy attached from the discard pile to your Psychic Pokemon. Looks like we're debating an energy attachment here. I can't remember if Greninja was used, Greninja's ability was used yet. I don't think so. Oh, and it looks like it was actually the Ditto that attacked last turn. I think I said it was Flamigo, but either way, it copied one of those United Wingers attacks and used United Wings. It looks like we are going to play the Reversal Energy. Wow, so Reversal Energy is live. Since the Gardevoir player has more prize cards than the United Wings player, but it's where do I want to put it and who do I want to use it with? We're actually going to discard it with concealed cards. Interesting. I guess just really wanting and looking for that. Looking for that Gardevoir EX Rare Candy. Let's see. Oh, it was the very next card. Wow. It's always the next card. Gotta appreciate the players for flashing it and showing it and laughing about it. Oh man. Yep, the next card off of the Radiant Greninja, so I'm guessing the Rare Candy was already in hand too with all the body language and actions being taken. But anyways, we are resolving this Fog Crystal. Yeah, the top card would have been seen anyways, thanks to the Fog Crystal. So might as well take a look and see what your luck would have been one card deeper. Gonna add that Psychic Energy to hand. And just set up for next turn. Is there anything you could thin out of your hand? Yeah, I see the Rare Candy right there. Man, that stinks. And we have to play a research. Oh my gosh. Getting rid of the Shining Arcana Gardevoir and the Rare Candy. Those are the biggest pains right there with this discard. Those are the only things I think you really are upset about discarding here, and they're pretty big. But anyways, Professor's Research, discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Sometimes you gotta throw it away and start fresh. We found an Ultra Ball, interesting. So that's the Gardevoir EX, discarding the 2 Psychic Energy, that's good. And we find the Gardevoir EX, I wonder if we found the Rare Candy off of that research. Based on the speed and the body language, I would say they do have it. We'll just have to see here. Looks like five-ish Psychic Energy in the discard. It could be getting the Gardevoir for next turn, but nope, they still found it. Never punished. Rare Candy evolved that Ralts to Gardevoir. Now Gardevoir is ability is online, being able to accelerate the psychic energy from the discard to the psychic Pokemon on the field, your psychic Pokemon, at the cost of 2 damage counters per psychic energy accelerated. Level Ball. Level Ball is going to find that final Ralts. And now the whole gang is here. All 3 generations. Basic, stage 1, stage 2. The grandma, the grandpa, everybody. Uncle Greninja out there. All right, let's see. Now we're going to start accelerating energies. I think it's Psychic Embrace to that Drifloon. Okay, now our Drifloon attack is relevant, so we're going to pause and do some research and education in the professor's lab today. Drifloon, 70 HP, Balloon Blast, 2 Psychic, 30 times, 30 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Okay, so we're going to put 6 damage counters on it. And Quick Mats, 18, 180 damage. Pretty good, pretty efficient, more than enough to KO that Ditto. Looks like Murkrow was promoted, and now play resumes on the left. Dark Energy attached to the Murkrow, so we definitely have the KO on this Drifloon. Easy. But now we got to set up for next turn. What's the rest of the game going to be like? What's the mid game going to be like? What's the end game going to be like? All these things need to be considered. Clara, you may put up to 2 basic Pokemon and 2 basic energy from your discard to your hand. We recovered the Ditto, and we actually used Murkrow's first attack, 10 damage, and uh, put it on the bench to push up. I think that's a Flamigo in the active. So pretty heads up play there. That's a lot better than using United Wings and leaving your Murkrow with the energy attached in the active to get KO'd next turn. Good quality play here in round 4, the final round. Let's see. I didn't see what card was drawn, but the Gardevoir player is taking inventory of their discard pile. And let's see what we can do. Um, Shady Dealings, discard an energy, draw 2 cards. 1. And let's see, I think there was 6 or so psychic energy in the discard. Let's see, we're going to evolve that Ralts into Curlia, so we have plenty of refinements online. Refinement number 1, discarding psychic energy, draw 2 cards. We want to find a Shining Arcana Gardevoir 7 psychic energy, it looks like, in the discard. We want to find an attacker here. That Zacian V is gone. I think a Super Rod was discarded earlier for some recursion, so hopefully they play more than 2. Recycle some of these attackers. I know there's a Shining Arcana in the discard. The Drifloon is in the discard. And Boss's orders to bring up that Murkrow with the energy. It tried to run, it tried to hide. But you can't hide from the boss. Let's see here. What else can we do? We're going to refinement away a Curlia to draw 2 cards. Yeah, I don't think we need any more Curlia at this point. Going to evolve into that Shining Arcana Gardevoir, slamming it down. Fog Crystal is going to be played to find either a basic Pokemon or a basic Psychic Pokemon or basic Psychic Energy. Looks like it was Cresselia. That's good because then it can start sniping targets on the bench or even in the active and moving those damage counters off. I'm going to bench the Curlia. And let's see what else. We still have a Shining Arcana to use, but first go for the Palpad to cycle back in to the deck that Boss's orders and the Professor's research. Shuffles up the deck. It also thickens the deck a bit too. Looks like it's getting pretty thin with all the refinements and draw cards being used. Looks like we're going to do Psychic Embrace to accelerate 3 energy from the discard to that Shining Arcana Gardevoir in the active. Takes 6 damage counters and takes the KO on the Murkrow. Murkrow was the big threat because that can KO the Gardevoir EX with weakness. Gardevoir EX is weak to darkness. Looks like we had manually attached energy, or did Shining Arcana and attached energy, accelerated energy to the Cresselia. But anyways, play back on the United Hot Wings side. It looks like Ditto is in the active with an energy attached. So looks like we have the return KO. Going to, I think a research was played. Yeah, I missed what exactly happened there, but um, most likely a professor's research. Discard your hand, draw 7 cards, nest ball. It's going to find a Murkrow. Nest ball lets you search your deck, find a basic Pokemon, and put it on your bench. You can't play Nest Ball if your bench is full, in case you were wondering. Let's see, we have the attack, so how can we set up for next turn? We want more United Wings in the discard. We want the Ralts down, so that way we have they can evolve to Curlias, and you could use Refinement to draw through the deck. That's what looks like is missing on the United Wings side. The extra draw engine thanks to the Curlias. Let's see, I think that was an Ultra Ball, so maybe we could find the Ralts with that, but maybe you don't want to discard some of the cards that are in hand for that Ultra Ball for the Ralts. Let's see, Rescue Carrier. Gonna check and see if there's anything in here. There's some Curlia pieces, maybe. Maybe not gonna play the Rescue Carrier. Uh, Based on the actions that are being taken, it may not be looking good. At least the United Wings side has the KO, but still contemplating what to do here. I think that was an Ultra Ball. It looks like we're finally going to use United Wings for the KO on that Shining Arcana Gardevoir. And Cresselia has the energy attached already and can head into the active spot to make our way through this mid game. Super Rod, there's a second Super Rod that's going to find, are going to cycle back in the Drifloon, the Shining Arcana Gardevoir, and a Ralts. All good choices. Yep, yep, that all makes sense. And let's see if we have any search cards to find any of those Pokemon instantly, but no, with the shuffle. So we at least have an attack with the Cresselia. Can use its first or second attack here. Cresselia's first attack lets you move up to 2 damage counters from each Pokemon that have damage counters on them and put them somewhere on your opponent's side of the field. Looks like we Greninja'd into that Ralts. Very good. Still have lots of refinements available, but it just depends on what's in hand, what we can get rid of. Also, how thin the deck is. Collapse Stadium, discarding that Greninja, limiting both players' benches to 4. Interesting. And then Iono. So maybe I'm not sure why I guess you do limit the your opponent's side of the field with Collapse Stadium, but debatable if that could have been held on to here too. But anyways, Iono, each player shuffles their hand, put it at the bottom of their deck, draw cards equal to the number of remaining prize cards they each have. Player on the left gets 3, player on the right gets 4. So that very good disruption comeback card. And now it looks like we are doing the Psychic Embrace. 1 energy to the Curlia, takes 20 damage. And let's bust out those damage counters from the best damage counter container. Another energy onto the Gardevoir EX. Energy onto the Ralts. So now we have 60 damage on this side of the field so far. 80 damage with the energy attached to the other Curlia. So we have 80 damage counters to move from the Gardevoir side of the field to the other side of the field, the opponent's side of the field, thanks to the Cresselia's attack. Let's see where it will go. Probably the active, since that has the energy. And yep, take another prize and move on. We're officially in the mid game. Attach a double turbo energy to Flamigo and Ultra Ball. I think it was an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball, what would you find here though? I guess we're just thinning and also just taking a look at the deck, seeing what options we have available, what plays can be made still. Bench is limited to 4. I'm not sure if this deck plays anything like Luminion to find a supporter instantly, because yeah, oh yeah, it plays the Glade, and the Glade's the one that finds your supporter. But yeah, that's what we were missing this game was the Ralts line, the Corellia line. Well, let's see what we could do. Let's see. Trying to look through the deck while they're sorting through it to see any options. I'm not the pro United Hot Wings player yet, but we'll get there. Looks like there's still some Darkness energy available. A switch. Yeah, we have an attack and we have the KO, but what's the follow-up? You might as well grab something out of there to thin the deck. Maybe the Ralts, if it's in there. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Or to start at least. Yep, I see the Ralts there. There we go. Manaphy wouldn't matter because Cresselia spreads damage counters. And I'm going to take the KO with United Wings. We promote the Ralts. And let's see what we got on this side. We just need attackers. You could go in with the Gardevoir EX if you really wanted to as well. But we're going to Ultra Ball away an Artisan and a Research, Professor's Research. To find most likely that Shining Arcana Gardevoir that was cycled back in. Yep, with the Super Rod. The best rod, it's so super. And let's see, I'm not sure on the rare candy count. If there's a rare candy in hand, we can evolve the Ralts, the active Ralts, into this Shining Arcana Gardevoir. If not, one of the bench ones can be evolved and the Ralts can just retreat. Rare candy Gardevoir, beautiful. Just all coming together. Shining Arcana, look at the top 2. You can attach any energy you find. Otherwise, you put the other cards in your hand. Any psychic energy, of course. Refinement, discarding that Iono to draw 2 cards. Deck's getting kind of thin, so gotta be mindful of that. Going to bench that Drifloon, I believe. Yep. And is that going to be our attacker of choice? Maybe preserve that Shining Arcana Gardevoir. That that might be the play here. Because yeah, the Shining Arcana Gardevoir's HP will get decreased if any energy is accelerated to it from the discard pile. So we're just going to accelerate 1 energy. Nope, 2. Looks like we're going in. 40 damage counters on it thanks to the Gardevoir EX ability and the energy acceleration. Maybe you prepare that Drifloon too in case there's a boss. Murkrow KO the Gardevoir EX play on the next turn. That's always scary and something to be mindful of. But maybe you're not too scared of it with the opponent's board and having only 1 card in hand. Let's see, we're going to play an Ultra Ball. Thinning, I guess, preparing for Ionos, discarding Artisan, and speak of the 1 Iono. We're going to find Gardevoir EX and evolve it. So there we go. We got the insurance. Got the insurance on the Gardevoir Murkrow play. 3 cards in deck. Or sorry, the boss Murkrow play on the Gardevoir. Because Gardevoir is weak to darkness. And I think there's nothing left to do here but to attack. Yeah, you don't accelerate to the Drifloon now, like I was saying earlier, since there's 2 Gardevoir EX. Looks like the players are kind of discussing things, how the turns are going to go, maybe considering concession to save some time. Yes, there's 3 cards in the deck, so enough to finish out the game with 3 prizes left and take the KO. promotes to Murkrow, draws top deck. Let's see what we got. Boss, Darkness Energy, assuming there's enough United Wingers in the discard would be nice, but no. Curlia, Refinement for 2. Ditto and Ultra Ball, that's not gonna do it, right? It looks like we're conceding now and seeing how far we were from the Darkness and Boss. They were there. They were almost there. But I think that pretty much wraps this one up now. Looks like maybe we're playing some woulda, coulda, shoulda scenarios now. What if other universe things? I may have to rewind and if that's not what we're doing, because I might have missed something. And he had two bosses already in hand. Yeah, so I think that's what was happening there. Um, for practice and for experience, the players were playing as if I was able to access these cards. Unless I missed it, let me know in the comments if I did, and let me know what happened if I'm incorrect. But they were playing out a little bit further, saying if I had these cards and I did this, what would have happened if I took the KO on that Gardevoir? And no, I had two bosses anyways to bring up whatever I wanted, or to bring up the Squawkabilly. There we go. Had the two bosses already to bring up the Squawkabilly to take the last two prizes with the Gardevoir EX. Um, yeah, that was a good game. So didn't see like I said, the refinements get set up on the left. But in the very end, we had the two bosses. So sometimes it's just meant to be. Sometimes it's just your game. That's why we play this game. Uh, but yeah, that's going to do it for this video. What'd you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.